very happy to welcome Ram Raj Mohan for our session, and a quick introduction before we kind of get started. So obviously we've seen significant improvement. Raj's been on medication for weight, and as of now, clinically not diabetic. And over a period of time, this is the change that we've seen, both in terms of a trajectory of Raj's weight as well as HbA1c, etc. So, I'm sure it will be a fascinating conversation for everybody that's watching. And much before we get started, I think first thing is let's A, welcome Raj, and B, get to hear his quick story as well. So as I know him, he is a man of wealth. When I say that, I think all his wife has been in terms of wealth management, helping people protect money, save money, grow money, etc., etc. And obviously, the topic we started talking about was on the subject of health. And I think now, he's gone through the transformational introduction about yourself, and the whole story with twist with diabetes and maybe hypertension. When did it start? How did it evolve over a period of time?
Yeah, thank you, Vivek. In fact, the very reason I accepted to be part of this webinar is to make others understand and share my experiences, what I went through and how you guys have helped. And this is not a journey which is just 3 months old for me. It's been quite some time. And so just to give a quick intro, in fact, I am a finance professional. I am 56. In fact, I've been working for a bank quite some time. In fact, I've been in the private banking business. Last 10 years, I have my own business. I have started my own firm. It's called Interest Family Office. And my job is, it's in the last 25 years.
Sure.
I was not in any medication, but about 5 years back, in fact, I would say about 12 years back, one fine day when I was doing my routine medical checkup, then suddenly my triglycerides level went above 1,000.
Wow.
And I was like really shocked because actually what
do these checkups, let's say from the 96.
96 onwards, I used to have I checked up, and then after that continuously I checked up for about 1 year. Then it became normal actually, and I thought it was one-off. But after that, I used to check up once in 2 years, once in 3 years.
Sure.
But actually, what happened was in this 10, 11, 12 years back, I think it was in the year 2010. Then I was in Delhi at that time. And I was doing a routine medical checkup. Then I got a call from the lab. They said, you will have to give the reading again because your blood is too thick. And in fact, we are not able to measure it by the normal stuff. We need to do manual reading. So you have to come and give the blood again. So I was really taken aback. In fact, it was a kind of a shock treatment for me.
Right.
And, so then immediately, in fact, like anybody else, I rushed to the best, what do you say, doctor in Delhi,
Right.
Dr. Sheth, who's in Escorts Hospital. In fact, everyone knows him. In fact, he was like Naresh Trihan, who's one of the largest,
Right.
very senior cardiac doctor. And he
Right.
put fear into me. He said immediately you'll have to go through an angiography. He said, saying that let's rule out any kind of a block or something like that. It was an overreaction. I think they wanted what you said, the machine to get used. So they used me as a guinea pig. So I paid about 20-25 grand. So he said, saying that in fact you have a tendency to have a high triglycerides. You'll have, and then immediately I went and met a dietitian. Then I started taking care of it. The only thing is, I was consulting a doctor here only because my family doctor is based in Jayanagar. So I called him up. I said, saying that this is what it is. And his sister was in London, and she was she's specialized in what do you say, cholesterol and triglycerides kind of a stuff. And immediately she said, saying that you should have some kind of a medication. So she put me on some medication immediately. She put me on some statins, and so I started with that. So then onwards, I started really, what do you say, taking care of, like for example, completely bland diet, no fat. Okay, in fact, all that was there. Okay,
right.
And about 5-6 years back, when I tested one of these tests, in fact, my diabetes levels were slightly high. In fact, about my post was about 220,
right.
6.6. And then the doctor said, saying that, hey Raj, in fact, it is better that you start some medication because not always you will have control of your food.
Right.
In fact, you will obviously, with your traveling job and all that, you tend to go out, you will eat something, and you can't be always in the fear psychosis. It is better to probably have some kind of a tablets. And I myself, I'm a diabetic. I am also having tablets. This is what he said. And he also said, saying that you can be on diet, you can control it with diet, but my what do you say, worry is, or not always you will be in control, not always you will be able to do this. So that is why I'm saying you should start with medication. So last about 4-5 years, I've been in some kind of a medication morning and evening for diabetes and triglycerides I've been having. And about 3-4 years back, when these two comes, automatically hypertension piggybacks. So I had a mild hypertension. Then I was having tablets for that also.
Right.
And so my worry is always, I'm not a very medicine kind of a person. I always I know that medicines are good to arrest and good to control, but it's not a long-term solution. Long-term solution is only changing your lifestyle. And so I tried many things. Like, it's not that I've not tried. I tried Anjali Mukherjee's diet pattern. Then so I've been consulting a dietitian for the last about 20 years. Okay, and I've been in a very controlled diet, but how much ever control you diet, you follow the diet, but still you will obviously deviate something or the other, and the figures may not be very comfortable in terms of this thing.
And Raj, just as on a side note, I mean, obviously talked about the diabetes and how it showed up, let's say 96, but never went out of control, but would kind of show in and out the triglyceride, kind of shooting, and then the mild diabetes and the advice you got, and again little elevated hypertension, for which you started taking medication as well. How about weight? How has that been? Have you, I mean, before you started, were you kind of there all the while, or has it been slowly increasing? How did that?
Actually, see, I need to only see food. I don't need to eat food to gain weight. Okay, so it's quite hereditary, because see, what happens is it's not I'm a hogger of food, but despite that, typically we tend to snack a little and stuff like that. But even that was proving very expensive, meaning in terms of I was always in the higher side of 90s, whereas my ideal weight was about 75, 72, 70, 75, which was never the case. I've tried once or twice, I came almost to about 84, 83, but I never breached 80 in my life, because I've tried from 90, I've lost about 7-8 kgs. I'll come to 83, then again it will gain. Okay,
got it.
this was my this thing, and it was I was always conscious about this. It's not that, like, for example, I used to every year go for an Ayurvedic retreat, and when I go and come back, I lose about 4-5 kgs. And the doctor used to saying that your diabetes and your cholesterol is directly proportional to your girth of your belly.
Weight.
And basically that should be lessened, because most of your illness is actually in your belly fat, and that has to be reduced. And but it was not possible. Maybe it was like really despite my walking and all that, it was not something which was happening. And so finally, about 3 years back, somebody said this reversal of diabetes, and I went to Chennai. There is a doctor who introduced me to keto. Okay, and this is 100% keto kind of a diet. And I went and religiously I tried for about 3-4 months. I saw miraculous results. In fact, the same thing happened, and my diabetes levels reduced. I stopped medicines, everything. But the only thing is that was not sustainable. That was very high fat, meaning they were actually recommending drinking ghee and heavy fat, meaning in terms of saying that. But what happens is beyond a point, and maybe for a non-vegetarian it was still possible, because in fact, when I traveled to Kerala, I saw there was a big fad in Kerala, Malappuram district, where keto, there was a lot of keto hotels. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and the people started taking keto because they're all non-vegetarian eaters, and they really benefited out of it. But being a vegetarian, being eating 100% fattening food was not something which was easy. Though I tried it for about 3-4 months. One is it was a pain in the kitchen, because at home it was finding it difficult to cook and all that, and you need to cook 3-4 dishes. And it was finding it difficult, and to hire a cook and to make him understand what we need is again a kind of a Herculean task. So this was not happening. Then what happened 4-5 months back? Then it was a double whammy. Actually, what happens is when you have keto and when you have carbs, it can hit you very badly. So that's what happened. So basically, I was having keto, and 1 or 2 meals every day. I used to have some rice, all that, or wheat or chapati or something like that. This was not helping, actually. So my figures went back to the old, and I stopped keto. Then immediately at home, people started fearing, saying that all my folks, relatives, family started saying that, hey, don't, this keto is not going to work. In fact, I think it's better to stop this and go back to your original fat-free kind of a diet, which we used to do, and got into millets and ragi, jowar, and all that.
Right.
So this has been a kind of it's not something which I've experienced yesterday and I found a solution today.
Understood.
It was a very, very long drawn process for me to discover. And finally, this was about 4 months back. I was actually talking to a friend of mine called Soumya Swaminathan. We were just meeting casually, and I was saying that I'm trying to find an organization which will actually supply some decent food, which diet food. And I didn't understand alt life existed at that particular point of time, though I met you before, and we have spoken about this. It actually was not in my mind at all. And then I was, then she was also saying, hey, I also need it because I have also put on a little weight. So why don't you identify somebody and let me know? We both will sign up. And, so that was a kind of a motivation. Somebody said, yeah, why do you identify? then immediately there's a good friend of mine who's called Sudarshan. He runs Low Foods. In fact, I've also invested in that company. And
Right.
I spoke to Sudarshan. I said, saying that, hey, do you know anybody who can supply food? Then immediately he said, saying that I know a couple of people. In fact, you can contact Vivek. The minute he said Vivek Subramaniam, then it hit me saying that, hey, I've met
Right.
Vivek. In fact, you were speaking about it. So I said, I know Vivek very well. Let me connect with him. Okay, and
Right.
that's the genesis of my what do you say, my linking up with Alt Life.
Super, super. And I think, why that is so insightful, Raj, is because I think every one of us, right, as we get to the wrong side of maybe a 30 or a 40, some of these changes will happen and we all have our own journeys. And to be honest, I don't think I'd heard all of this. It's fascinating to see, from maybe what you're saying 25 years back was when, the first science came, and, how you evaluated various things, tried various things. So the intent has always been there, right? And the experimentation has always been there. Some have worked, some have not been easy to sustain. But no, it's amazing to note that once you realize that there's a problem, obviously also given the situation with your mother, right? I need to do the right thing. And that's been going on. And obviously around 3-4 months was when Sudarshan introduced, and we ended up having a conversation and restarting our discussions. So when you heard the story, I remember, getting on a call like this and speaking to you and to, I think Soumya was along, what is the story, etc. Obviously I didn't have all your background. So were there any concerns in terms of, what you heard, or what were your initial thoughts, saying that, hey, looks like there's somebody that can make it easy, or again, I think I remember having the conversation with your wife. I did feel that there was a little bit of a concern, right, when we were on that call, and not as much from you, but now I get the background. It's because of the various things you had tried along the way, and they've kind of seen you through that. So, how was your initial feel for the whole thing?
Well, so basically it's like this, right? My biggest, what do you say, plus with Alt Life was, I don't need to do anything. I just need to sign up and you're going to send me the food. Okay.
Right.
Now it's a question of whether I'm going to like that food or not. Okay. So, and whether it's going to work. This working will come only later.
Yeah.
Okay. But first is the food pellets, whether it matches, like basically what the kind of taste, what is the kind of, and what are the different components you're going to add to the food.
Right.
I think in week 1 itself, I was convinced, saying that this is something which can work for me, because the food was tasty. The food, the portions were very, very considerable, meaning it was not less, it was not more, it was just ideal. And basically I was not missing anything, because you guys made sure you gave puri, you gave bisibella, you gave everything. Like typically, so all that what you feel you're missing, it was happening. Though one has to clearly think, saying that, what do you say, they can't expect the taste of a rice or a wheat or something like that. But of course, that is something, that is a sacrifice which one needs to do to regain health. Otherwise, you can't have the cake and eat it too. So, so that's what week 1 itself I realized. And in first month itself, when I started losing weight and my first blood report came in, and I was quite satisfied, then I knew, saying that this is going to work. And one more thing is, the most important thing is, this is something which is not easy to replicate by everybody at home. And this we knew that as we grew, in terms of saying that the relationship grew in 2nd month and 3rd month, we said, saying that how much ever we have, we can do it for a change, but this can't be a routine, because the quantity in which you make, like for example, we can't cut about 1 slice of pineapple and put it in a salad, because that is not happening. Because if you have 3-4 people at home, you will cut one pineapple and it will be a waste. Okay. Whereas you guys make it for multiple into a salad, which works. So I felt, saying that this is the only model which is going to work. And that is why, in fact, after my 3 months, I've signed up for the for another 3 months.
Right.
Because I knew that this is the only thing which is going to work. And the only thing what my learning is, and this is something which I believe is, like for example, week 1, week 2, you and the you asked
Right.
me to stop medicines. I stopped medicines, and it's been working great till now. The only thing what I feel and what is important to
Right.
everyone to know is, I don't think you can ever go back to your normal day-to-day binging life. Okay, this is something which everybody needs to understand. Okay, if you think saying that, hey, in 6 months, 9 months, let me go back to my rice and idli and dosa and sambar and whatnot, not happening. Okay, I think that is a feast for you. It can happen once, twice, or maybe thrice a month, but your reality is you need to control, you need to have this kind of a food only, and you need to have tremendous control in what you do. Even if you travel, like for example, I've traveled almost like 10-12 days, in more than that in the last about three months, and I made sure that wherever I go, I get this kind
Right.
of a food. Not exactly that, but I know that what will form the combination to eat. Like for example, I eat a lot of paneer. I eat assorted vegetables, so that it takes care of my diet. Okay,
Right.
I don't deviate much at all, and I think that is what is the most important thing, because and more so, what happens is you are not taking medicines. That fear is always
Right.
in your mind. Okay, one is you don't want to get back to eating medicines. Number two is you're not taking medicine. It is like going into an enemy camp without arms.
Right.
Okay, you're just going into some place where you don't know what is there. Without arms, you go unarmed. That is like that. So I really feel saying that you should, be extremely careful in terms of what you consume, and you can't fool around with the food. You can, like for example, you have always told me saying that you can have 1 or 2 days you can have, but every time I have that, the minute I finish my eating, I feel so guilty about it, because I feel saying that, hey, I've not been having medicines. But if I
Right.
have this, and if suppose I go back to the same level, I don't want to get into that rut again. I don't
Sure.
want to keep having medicines again, because I really feel I'm very happy with the food what you're giving, and
Right.
alternatively what I make at home, I can manage very well. I don't need to really struggle for for eating.
And I think you made a very important point, Raj, there, which is, and I think this is something everybody should know, which is you can't go back to everyday binging, right? Which is, let's say, and I think that's the way it's meant to be. And if we did not do that, for all you know, we may never have gotten here. And because all of what it's all cyclical, it's a balance. So if you reach a point where, once a week or once in 2 weeks, 2-3 times a month, you're able to go out and yet be healthy, go back and I can do everything and it won't come back, that I don't think that's going to happen, right? Like you rightly pointed out.
Yes, you're very right. In terms of not every day is a feast. So we
Right.
need to understand that feast can happen once in a way. It
Right.
can happen. So you'll have to save these days very judiciously for an occasion and not for your kind of a regular food.
So, Raj, the 3-month experience, just so that people are able to visualize, again, this is your perspective and what you went through, right? Did it work generally well? And is that because you had an experience with trying multiple things before? Were there things that were a little, either causing concern or causing worry? And secondly, one was the food, but then there were other things, let's say the diagnostics, the exercise, yoga, all of which did that help, you think? Or, just to give a sense for two things, Raj. One is your experience in the 3 months, and, maybe milestones or concerns if you have had, and how that kind of played out.
So basically, it's like this. Honestly, I've come to some kind of a stagnation in terms of weight reduction. I am feeling it because unless and until I do something really, really drastic, I don't think it's going to breach breach to my ideal weight. I've not reached my ideal weight, and I've been very consistently exercising. In fact, I've been doing almost like 15,000 to 20,000 steps a day. Rarely I've flouted that. In fact, I've deviated. 10,000 is a given. In fact, and almost 15 to 20,000 is what I would have done almost 75% of the days.
Right.
And every day's exercise routine is brilliant in terms of gotten stuck to your exercise routine, what you've been advocating and using. In fact, it has helped me a lot. It has helped me gain some kind of energy, stamina, and the yoga teacher, what you is like truly amazing. In fact, even the exercise, the fitness person is also very good. In fact, I've gained immense of help in terms of like I joined at level 0, I went to level 1, almost I went to level 2 also. In terms of, so the progress have been very substantial. But I have not missed even one class for the 3 months. I've been extremely regular. It's all about discipline, Vivek. It's not just what do you say? All this you can advocate, you can sign up, you can pay money, you can do everything. It's all about discipline. Like for example, not even a day I have deviated my food. I have not eaten your food and I have not eaten my house food. It has never happened for me. Okay, right. And it is very important. So people, what they do is, and I have done this before, so I can understand. I can speak for others also. Like what they do, they take some food from here and they also eat in a common dining table. I don't sit in the dining table and eat at all with anybody. So I say saying that I don't want to sit with you guys and eat. I will sit alone and eat because I don't want to get tempted in what you're eating. Right. And so it's a lot of discipline which is required when health is concerned. And so the entire package of yours, the food, the exercise, first month, you said saying that the vitamin D levels were less. So you gave some kind of a medication, which was very useful in terms of it has recovered substantially, and B12 was less. So there was like real, what do you say, very expansive diagnostics, what you have done. In fact, I've never done this test at all in my life so far. In fact, for many, even when we do executive diagnostics once a year, they don't do all this. In fact, right. Chennai. In fact, because I wanted to get right. the understanding right. of saying that what is wrong, what is right. So it is right. extremely useful. And so I really I feel saying that this is a I was been telling saying that this is a really, like when I started my business, my clients was telling me saying that, hey, your business is extremely good. You need to do this because professionals like us need you, because we need somebody completely aligned to us to do what do you say, to manage our money, to manage our affairs. Right. Like that, I am telling you that you're doing a great service for people if they understand, if they really believe in this and come into it. The life can really be changed if they are willing to cooperate. That's very important, right? Because it's not that paying money alone, you can't do anything. Okay, right. You only do certain things, but 99% of the work has to be done by me. Absolutely. And typically, if people cooperate, I think it's going to be magic. It is going to be really working hard. But definitely, I'm saying it's a lot of hard work is there. In terms of you should not get tempted, you should not get deviated. Even if you travel, you need to know what to eat, what not to eat. So there is a lot of hard work. There is a lot of discipline, some kind of a dedication. If people are willing to do that for their cause, for their health, I think the results are there to see.
Thank you. Thanks for those kind words, Raj, but I couldn't agree more with you. But let me, given your experience, Raj, and in a way, now that you're talking about what your clients told you when you started, is it really different in the way one needs to approach wealth and over a period of time, and the discipline needed for that as well? Because that's what people like you who are advisors have said the thing that there's no silver bullet out there, right? It takes discipline, and you need expertise. I mean, you may believe you can do it on your own, but in reality, what you get with somebody is somebody who's completely focused on, making the right decisions for you, etc. But are you able to see a parallel or draw a parallel? And again, from an advice to end, people that are watching that.
So actually, an amazing question. Actually, it's a very, very good question you asked. So what happens is when you normally meet people, right? When you meet people who have earned their wealth and all that, typically 90% of the people, what do you say, communicate to you saying that, hey, I know everything. Okay, I've earned this wealth. Okay, I understand markets. I understand what do you say, how the markets move. I understand
Right.
what is the kind of returns you can make. And I have the various connects. Unfortunately, what happens is when you're very close to something, you tend to make mistakes. And when you're very close to your money, you get swayed by emotions. Okay, you're not disciplined. Okay, you don't take dispassionate decisions. Okay, so that is where you need an advisor. Okay, you will, if I've got experience, like I've been in this business for the last 35 years. When you like, there are people who have told me saying that, hey, I've lost money in the stock, I will make money in that stock only. So these are very what do you say, very irrational kind of decisions what people do.
Right.
And, but definitely things have changed over time. But still, there are people who feel who don't take right decisions in terms of when it comes to investments. They don't see alignment. They don't see saying that somebody who's I need an advisor for my money. I need my. It's not about wealth alone. You will not believe, Vivek. After joining Alt Life, I've personally spoken to a few people. I've said saying that you need to also follow this diet pattern because you have money. You need to enjoy that. If you need to enjoy, you need to have health.
Right.
Okay, you can have money. You can have enough of money. But what do you do if you don't have health?
Right.
Okay, so health is the most important thing. So, and typically, like I told you, saying that there are a lot of people who come and say, saying that I can also cook all this food. I will try for 1 month. Okay, I will take the recipes. I will do at home. It's not possible. I can give it to you in writing. In fact, you have me as an example. You know that I hired a cook and sent it to you because it is not possible, because the quantities what you give, the variety what you give can't be made at a home kitchen. Okay, then whoever cooks, whether it's your wife or your cook, your whoever is it at home, they will be sitting only in the kitchen. They will not be able to come out. Okay, so it is not something which is happening. So I really feel saying that professional advice is very, very important. And this is something what you have done is amazing. It's truly amazing. I think people will have to start, and particularly who are going through the health challenges, even if it is very, very early stages, I think people have to get into this, because to not allow it to probably snowball into something big, I think getting into a lifestyle habit is very, very important and critical. And one more thing I want to bring into your notice is when I told you saying that I cut my breakfast and I combine my breakfast and lunch into one meal, it has again worked wonders for me. So basically, I eat only 2 meals a day. Okay, and one meal at 12:30 and the second meal at 7:30. And believe me, I'm telling you, very few days I get hungry. Otherwise, I've got used to this routine.
And so, Raj, I mean, obviously it's a journey, and some people, and I can visualize me from 5 years back, when you say that thing that, hey, he's torturing himself, he's reducing what he eats, there's no taste in what he eats, etc. Whereas obviously I think completely different now, and obviously I take responsibility for making it, let's say, tasty and variety-full. And I'm with you, right? I mean, 2 meals, eating in a lesser window. But it just becomes a pattern which is easy to do and follow, and it's not something where you're depriving yourself, or you're struggling, you're hungry, but you're having to deal with it. I think as your metabolism changes, as your body changes, it just becomes easy to kind of do on your along the way. But were there any challenges at all, Raj? I mean, either in terms of motivation and what did you do to, through the, let's say, the last 3 months, or something that people need to be aware. Was there some responses to your body that concerned you, and how did that, or was it smooth sailing in general? Right.
No,
Well,
in my experience, it was quite smooth sailing.
sure.
It was not. I didn't have any big challenges at all, except for one or two dishes which I've told you, saying that, like, for
Sure.
example, I'm not a mushroom eater at all. So
Right.
mushroom as a dish is something which, and though it's a vegetarian dish, but I just don't relish it. So whenever
Sure.
you waste it,
Right.
so I don't use it at all. Barring, yes, of course, like for example, there are some days there could be an overdose of cheese and all that. I'm not a great cheese eater, but I've found a method of eating. Like for example, I've made some kind of some powder, which like, it's like a samba powder which we made. I sprinkle a little bit and make it a little more tasty and masala types.
Right.
Eat it. So I found a way to consume that also.
Sure.
And except for mushroom, I've never had any challenge at all in the food. It's quite tasty, but the only thing is, yes, because I eat lunch at what is the breakfast at
Right.
lunch. Of
Sure.
course, it becomes a little stale,
Sure.
so I had to reheat it and eat sometimes. Though I'm not a very great advocate
Right.
of using microwave, but it's when it's too kind of a cold or stale,
Right.
you tend to little overheat. But otherwise, it's been perfect in terms of the food quality and the shakes,
Sure.
what you give in terms of it's extremely good, extremely good.
So, you're at a point, Raj, now, which is you finished. How are you feeling first? I mean, in terms of overall health, in terms of parameters, and also state of mind. And secondly, how do you see this impacting your future? Right. And I know you already mentioned what you're going to do over the next 3 months, but in general, and that transitioning, Raj, to what do you believe? And I know there's been a lot of nuggets of wisdom through this based on your experience, but if you can kind of, one is, where do you believe you are? Are you in a good place from a health perspective? How are you feeling, etc.? How do you see yourself looking at sustaining it, improving it, over a period of time? And from the whole journey and from how you're looking, for people that may have diabetic, extra weight, maybe hypertension, etc., what's your advice on what they need to be doing?
So it is like this. I believe that I have reached. I feel very, very light, very energetic, and like people can't believe that when they see me, they see a huge change in terms of my old pictures and 3-4 months old. Like for example, even my office people, my golfing fraternity, when I went for the golf course, they said, "What have you done to yourself?" Meaning you look completely different. You become.
And Raj, are you physically, obviously we met years back. I've not met you through this program. I mean, partly COVID and most of it has been Zoom. But have you physically changed? Has your wardrobe has to be changed, etc. as well? And can people make out that there's a change in how you look physically?
Yes. So, so one thing which I've told you is, right, I have always been in that zone of, what do you say? It's like Indian stock markets, up and down, up and down types. Okay. So I always had two kinds of wardrobes. Okay. And basically some of them will be kept inside, which was not fitting me because I was heavy on the heavier side, meaning inches. Okay. So basically, so a few inches more. So I have my second wardrobe has also become a little obsolete now. My standby wardrobe also has become a little obsolete. In fact, so I've breached that also. And my intention is also to probably breach further in terms of probably reach my ideal weight and then float around that space. That needs a lot of hard work and dedication. And that is one. Number two is very quite energetic. I'm able to do exercise Like almost for your information, I work out 3 hours. Okay, morning about 80-85 minutes is my walk. I finished almost 10,000 steps every day in the morning. Okay, and I do your exercise regime 1 hour, 6 to 7 evening, and I almost walk for about 45 minutes to 1 hour at night. Almost after dinner, after 1 hour after dinner. So I almost work out for about 3 hours. Okay, maybe when I'm traveling or something like that, I miss it. But otherwise, most of the time when I'm at home, when I'm not traveling, I make sure that I complete that. So there is a lot of, so I don't get fatigued when I do this. Okay, I'm quite energetic. I'm able to do this very well. I've lost weight, but I don't feel sick. People see me, they'll say healthy because I've not lost too much muscles. What do you say? I'm fairly okay in terms of what I'm doing. The only thing what I feel is I'm constantly on a fear psychosis because I've left medicines and I'm not testing every day. What do you say? And typically, even one day, like for example, some festival happens, something happens. If suppose you tend to probably eat something, I'm scared. I feel saying that, hey.
So Raj, that's work I think I will take as a to do on our side to get you out of that, and I will have a conversation. But 2 points: one-off meal will not suddenly, what should I say, make drastic changes to your health. Right? So I don't think you need.
No, Vivek, let me tell you. See, basically, I am in the business of. I'm in the business, so I tend to meet people for socializing. I play golf, so I end up probably having what do you say, a couple of drinks. You say on a weekend, something like that. So what happens is you are careful. You know, saying that you should not fool around. Okay, but still there are certain things which are unavoidable. Now, I don't want to get back to my old self, meaning it's not difficult to get back to your again routine following your procedure, but I don't want to get to that zone at all. I don't want to move to my HbA1c again to 6.2, 6.3, even that is. I know people who have even been at 7, 8, 8.5, but I don't want to even breathe 6. So that is my only fear, I believe. Otherwise, I'm perfect, meaning in terms of there's no worries.
No, and it's phenomenal. And I think let's have a conversation. I think, our job to ensure that the fear goes away. And, again, I think if you understand the science, you'll realize how to respond and how you are still in control. And we'll have that conversation separately. Super. And I think as we kind of wrap this up, Raj, and, also open it up for questions other people may have, I know it's sprinkled throughout, but any advice to people around lifestyle changes, like maybe the right nutrition, maybe exercise, yoga, maybe around stress management, if you will, sleeping well, any one of these, or if they have a problem, and they're currently on a gravy train where there is, medicines and more of them and those changing, etc. Why should they think differently? Why can't they just continue down that path, etc.? But essentially, your thought process and your specific advice to people that have a problem either with excess weight or diabetes, etc., and why they should think differently about it, if at all.
So the most important thing is, and this is very important, I believe that people should start minding their health very early in their life. I don't think you should allow for your, meaning normally people say the metabolism will take care of it till you're 40, 45, and then everything will come. I tend to, I tend to disagree with this, because if you know that you have a hereditary, and if your parents or if your grandparents, if people have got some kind of a diabetes or hypertension or something like that, I think right from your young age, when I say about 30s, okay, you should start minding what you eat and how you discipline your life. Okay, and it's very, very important. Now, if you don't do that, then what happens is at 40, 45, you will struggle. You will have to become extremely strict, like what I have become. And there is no reverse possible, meaning in terms of like today, like as I told you, I can't go back into my normal kind of eating life ever, because this is something which is not possible at all, because your metabolism has got used to certain things. It is very, very tough. Now, at 30, what happens is people think, saying that, hey, I can do anything. I can abuse my
Right.
body. I can sleep only for 4 hours. I can sleep for 5 hours. I don't need to exercise. I will eat whatever I can. Okay, this is something which is, according to me, it's just not good at all. Okay.
Mhm.
In fact, 10% of these people in this world are gifted by a great metabolism. Whatever you eat, nothing reflects in your body or health or something like that. But 90% of the people, it will reflect, if not today, later.
Right.
Okay. So I believe that it's very important that we get a sense of this very early and start disciplining ourselves. May not be what do you say, putting through some kind of a difficulty, but disciplining ourselves in terms of like getting about 6 to 7 hours of sleep every day. Okay, on a weekend, maybe 8 hours of sleep. These are some of the things which is very, very important for people. And eating right, maybe weekly once if you want to binge or something like that, but very regular kind of a proper eating habits, bringing in, not snacking every time. Like I used to have an uncle, in my late uncle. In fact, I've seen him and grow, but I've not followed him. But in fact, after a meal, you give him amrit, he will not take.
Mm.
Okay, he will say after his meal, once he's washed his hand, he will not take anything whatever you give. Okay, and I remember you saying that please don't eat frequently and allow your metabolism to work, and particularly diabetics, because your insulin
Right.
start works, and it should not happen. Okay,
Right.
so whatever you want to eat that window and finish it off, so that you don't keep eating every 2 hours or
Right.
every 1 hour or every 3 hours. It is very important in life itself. That's a very important life lesson. I think everybody will have to learn, because all of
Right.
us, what happens, even when I travel these days, I don't carry snacks, I don't snack, I don't stop for coffee, I don't do anything at all. I've changed completely, because I
Super.
said, if I need to eat, I will eat in my window.
Yeah.
Okay, even if I want to deviate something, I will
Right.
deviate in that window.
Right.
I will not deviate 5 times a day.
Right.
Okay, once that discipline comes, I think you're almost like half won your whatever your diseases. And of course, in terms of exercise, is a must. In fact, it's I always feel saying that people will say it's easy to preach. Practice. I have never done that. And I'm sure that it will help everybody. In fact, if they follow. And yeah, and I really feel it's a and anything should. And for me, it's like this. There are a lot of people will say saying that I will 3 months I will stop, then I will do yoga on my own. In my life, it will never happen. Okay, this doing on your own, it will never happen. I need a coach. Okay, I need to push somebody to push me. Okay, so that is why I signed up. I said saying that I want a coach with me to come and tell me saying that hey, what needs to be done, and both your guys, they push me to the limit. They say saying that this is how it is. I love it. So I tell them also saying that this is how it has to be. Okay, so these are some of the things which is very, very important. Uh, 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 what do you say? If you can afford, nothing like it. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. Super, super thankful. Thanks a lot, Raj, for being candid and for walking us through your journey. And I think it's truly inspirational. People believe it's too late, and there may be many misconceptions about it. But in some way, I think the same kind of sage advice that you would give people around their money. I think there's a takeaway for that from a health perspective as well, not just from a wealth perspective. And in my mind, I don't see the two as being different. The approach has to be very similar. Discipline is super important, and so on and so forth. So thank you very much for doing this. At this juncture, folks, anybody on the call, there'll be two ways for you to ask questions. One will be a Q&A button, and the other will be a chat. So if there's anything that you have, please do shout out, and obviously if it's for Raj, he'll take it. If it's for me, we'll take it, etc. But thank you all. I hope you found, kind of running through Raj's journey, insightful and inspirational. I do hope that each of you has a takeaway around what does it take for you to transform your health and script a similar journey of your own. And we'd love to help you with it, with advice, with products, etc. Do reach out to us independently. But for the moment, I think if you've got any questions for Raj, now would be a good time to send that out, and obviously we'll post that and get Raj's response.
Thank you very much. One second, somebody was asking something. Oh, Ram is there, is it? Ram is a good friend.
Oh, Ram is it? Okay.
Ram is a very good friend. He is asking how long since you are away from 3 months program. I've completed my 3 months and started the second 3 months. I've signed up in terms of what do you say? My
today, tomorrow, somewhere is where the shift happens.
Yeah. Small world.
So anybody else has a question? Now is a good time, and please suggest food which helps in diabetes reversal. I think
Vivek is the best. I eat what Vivek gives.
No, I think thanks for the question, but I don't think it's a 30-second answer. My suggestion, just reach out to us, and I think my team will send out details of how you can reach out on phone or email. Very happy to talk to you and give you advice on what you need to follow. And obviously, if you want to make it convenient and disciplined, you could reach out for solutions. But again, advice happy to give you, and I'll have somebody from the team reach out and set up time for a conversation. Super. So let's just see if there's any other question in the next minute or so. But otherwise, it's been my pleasure working with you as a client, Raj, and seeing the transformation. And more importantly, I think it's still early days for us at AltLife, and I think these are the kind of stories that we want enough to be out there for people to know that lifelong trysts with medicine and the increasing dosage and complications is not the only path. There are alternate paths. You make the right choices, you can fix the way the body works. And we want to tell that story through more and more people. And thank you for taking the faith on us, in our early days, and B, for applying it and transforming your health, because we feel we played a role, and we feel great to see the changes. And obviously, we want to amplify that voice, voice, and over time we will, such that more people are able to take advantage of both the advice, not necessarily only for money, but like I said, people will realize doing on your own is glad to help you with that, and guaranteed outcomes or certainty. I think if you have the money, you can spend it. We just make it easier.
No, actually, Vivek, it's like this, right? Just draw a parallel in terms of an educational institution. A school can't do wonders unless and until the student and the school join hands to make something happen. It's like this: you are offering something as a subscriber to this philosophy. If I put in 100% and you're putting in 100%, the results are here to see. So it's all both ways. So I'm sure that if the subscribers cooperate, things will work, definitely.
No, I think that is again that's where the experience comes from. I think that's been very nicely put, Raj. Hopefully everybody understands, right? The school can be great, the textbooks can be great, the teachers can be great, but you still need a good student who puts in the effort, and likewise, right? And it and wonders will happen if everybody plays their role. Absolutely. So fantastic. Thank you, Raj. Thanks for taking time to do this. I had a lot of fun having this conversation, and look forward to working with you as we continue with the transformational journey.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.